The race against the train. The little railway in the hills weaves its way from the busy workstation up to the quarries and lakes in the heart of Sodor. It's run by two little engines, Skarloey and Rheneas, who are proud to make sure it runs no matter what the weather. Whether or not it's rain or sunshine, however, sometimes there are obstacles on the line that cause delays no matter what they do.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Oh! Why have we stopped again?
It's those blooming sheep again, thinking that they're a train.
Oh well, it'll be quicker for us to do the same. Come on, let's get out and walk. It's not too far now.
At last, the driver, fireman and guard managed to shift the sheep away from the tracks, and Skarloey was able to reach the next station.
See, I told you, we've been able to see the waterfall and get back here before the train. This poor railway is getting too slow.
Hey, that's not fair! It's not my fault the sheep stray onto the line. It could happen to anyone.
I'm sorry if I've offended you, but the truth is, people expect to travel faster nowadays. Engines on the big railway are breaking records, and more people are travelling by cars now anyways. You have a lovely line, but it's not enough to keep up with the times, I'm afraid.
Skarloey did feel offended. Being its namesake, he felt deeply connected to the railway, and didn't like hearing it being deemed out of date.
Never mind, old boy. Let them stick to the times. We still have a train to pull. You and Rheneas will always have a place here so long as there's clean slate to take.
The little engine could only hope his driver was right. Fortunately, the next morning Skarloey didn't see the passengers who had left the train. Unfortunately, he soon found out why.
Well, I never. Those cheeky passengers. They decided to walk instead of getting the train. Well, we can soon put a stop to that.
Easy now, old boy. What's the rush?
We'll show those passengers we aren't behind on the times.
I must say, you put on a good race, but I reckon we could beat you tomorrow.
Oh, I'm afraid that can't be the case. I'm the fastest engine in these hills.
Well, there were only two engines, but we'll see about that.
And so the stage was set for a race. Next morning, Skarloey sat with his safety valve seething steam in the breeze as he saw the two passengers on the bridge, all three waiting for the guard's whistle.
Right away!
Oh, bloody... Hold on!
Extra eyes on him today, ladies. He's got that determined attitude again.
I don't know where he gets it from.
Come on now, ladies. Let's not be late. It would be shameful if I lost the people walking.
But when Skarloey emerged from the bridge and saw the passengers again, they weren't walking, they were running fast. The sound of Skarloey's chuffing had echoed so much that it panicked them to try and keep ahead, but it was no good. At the next station, they reached the platform to find Skarloey already there, pretending he hadn't noticed them.
Don't get too carried away with this racing, Skarloey. Remember your place on this railway.
Said his driver as they ran around the train.
Can't afford you being reckless.
He knew both old engines were wise, but the railway didn't want to risk running with only one in service. The passengers tried racing the train on several days. Sometimes they won, but Skarloey always managed to claim victory again, and Rheneas even joined in too sometimes. To say the least, the hurrying didn't do the worn-out track any favours. Every loose chair and key made Skarloey worry that the railway was ageing, and it may have to close if it couldn't keep up with the times. As if trying to prove this wrong directly, he went even faster and soon forgot about it.
Come on then, you two. The carriages can't move themselves.
Oh, it's much too cold for that. Can I stay here today?
Too cold? Well, it's a good thing you're a steam engine then. You can keep yourself warm. And me too while you're at it. Come on now.
The old engine knew it was no good arguing, but found it was worth asking anyway. His wheels slipped as they pulled out of the wharf station, but quickly squashed any snow in their way as they set off into the valley.
No sign of those passengers today.
And I don't blame them. Not many people wanting to go to market or walk in the woods in this weather.
Unbeknownst to them, neither were right. The passengers were out as usual, but they were trudging waist deep in such thick snow that they could barely be seen. Meanwhile, Skarloey made an uneventful journey up to the top station, and was now making his way back down to the wharf, having nearly overcome his worries altogether. Then the brakes came on.
Oh, I say. A little soon, don't you think?
We're nowhere near the next station, dear.
Whoa, Skarloey, there's some passengers waiting at the crossing. Oh, would you look at that? It's those two who race with us.
Oh, we're so grateful to see you. We need a ride back home. We tried to do our usual route through the woods, but the snow is so deep we're frozen.
Thank goodness you make these request stops, or else we never make it back.
Of course, hop aboard. There's no heating in these carriages, but anything is better than this. See, old boy, your railway still has a place in this world after all.
What do you mean?
Skarloey told them his earlier fears of the railway being too old-fashioned and not up to date. He thought he was being rather serious, but the passengers chuckled.
Why, bless you. We didn't mean any harm by saying your railway was antiquated. There may be more faster and fashionable ways to travel, but your tracks are the only ways to get to the hills without trekking through the snow and rain.
If you were like everyone else, you wouldn't have stopped on the crossing like this for us. It's your ways that make you loved. Everyone moves at their own pace. But where would the hills be without the Skarloey Railway?
There you are. You see, Skarloey? You and Rheneas will always have a place here. You should never feel you have to change yourself for the world.
And with a toot on the whistle, Skarloey couldn't have felt prouder as he set off back down the line, his tracks part of the landscape and his wheels at home upon them. Nowadays, the idea has caught on, and every year people from all over come to race the train, which helps to fundraise for projects and bring people from all over the valley together to watch and celebrate.
I say, ladies, we're off!
It is one of the changes the railway has made to keep up with the world, but the little engines all agree it's one for the better.